What up, world? It's Eternal Authenticity, broadcasting live, and I'm doing a video today about how to not be scared and to move forward freely and brave. So where am I coming with this? So there's a lot of various entities and energies, lower vibrational energy, toxic energy, fearful energy that has nothing to do with me. And at the same time, I'm sharing how to respond in those situations that you may find yourself in a hiccup or a bump in the road when you just wanted everything to just be sunshine and roses. But the universe has some other plans for you to experience and test you out on. So anyways, how I've learned to not be scared and whatnot is, one, learning from your own self as the book. You know, we are the ultimate book to learn different patterns that we've experienced, to learn from our common sense, from different just intuition. So the point I'm making is like, in actuality, as out there as it sounds, there is nothing to be fearful of. We are the biggest one we can be afraid of. And that's actually not something to be ashamed of, to be honest, because that goes with the statement, we are powerful beyond measure. You know, they say our deepest fear is not that we are powerful, our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure, something like that. I forgot the exact quote. I just remember that we are powerful beyond measure. So with that being said, it's true, you know what I mean? Like, life is a mirror, you know? I don't know it all. It's just I've connected with a lot of transparent and vibrant reflections harmoniously. And then there have been other distorted reflections, and that's been all over the place. So I've learned to keep my vibration high in those scenarios. So how not to be scared and to move forward in a brave way? Number one, don't feed the beast. Don't stick your hand in the oven, you know? I remember I saw a quote on Instagram, and it was about patience and this and that, and it kind of goes hand in hand with what I'm talking about. It says, you know, don't stick your hand in the oven, let it bake, you know? And that's a cool metaphor for what I'm talking about. It's the same thing pretty much. Like, I learned that, hey, express yourself, but then, like, especially when you become aware internally of different levels of stuff, when you become aware internally of stuff that doesn't serve you, you know, of going too far, of actual intelligence, when you're straying away from intelligence and you're straying into ignorance by trying to convert someone else who is ignorant. So the whole metaphor about not sticking your hand in the oven is, guess what? You may dance with the devil. You may get tempted to try to stick your hand in the oven just to prove your point. You may just keep trying to stick your hand in the oven for that vegan cake or whatever you got cooking in. And yeah, sometimes you may get a little burnt without an oven mitt, but then after a while you're like, okay, I get it. I will have an oven mitt and be mindful and careful when I'm getting this vegan cake from the oven, when I'm getting this vegan whatever bakery item from the oven, so I'm not burning my hand. And with this whole metaphor and visualization that I'm painting up for the audience, is the also it goes hand in hand with the art of surrender. You know, like, if you're not doing this silly destructive stuff, then guess what? It's not gonna happen to you. It's that common sense. I bring it up, the example about football players. Whenever the play is over, guess what? Somebody wants to hit the other player, you know, after the play is over. Then guess what? The other player is going to push back. And then guess what? There might be coaches, fans, other teammates trying to get involved until they finally stop and they go on to the next play, you know. That's the same, that's life, you know what I mean? So like, it's basically learning full total surrender and letting go of the ego. That's what I've learned. So like I said, whenever you intuitively feel that the oven all of a sudden got turned all the way up real hot for an unexpected reason, and it's some shaky stuff, some mischievous stuff that doesn't line up truthfully with you, then guess what? You may open the oven and, you know, tell it off, be like, hey, you know, don't mess with me, this and that. And at the same time, you're going to close the oven and you're going to let it be, you know what I mean? You're going to wait for it to be off, to cool down, to retrieve your meal or whatever. You're not going to be in there sticking your hand into the oven when it is very, very hot. So what I mean by that is just not doing tit for tat, not adding fuel to the fire, not doing fire with fire. That's common sense. It's just, it takes a real man like I am to have gone through that stuff to be able to share it with the world. So anyways, just be mindful, be intelligent. Yes, we all go through stuff. It's just, there is divine intelligence and a divine faith, a divine universal force that gives us grace to be able to learn how to handle this so that we don't go overboard, so that we can use our intelligence to dance a little with the devil. And then we're like, hey, you know what? I'm cool. I'm here to dance with other angels. You know, I don't need to feed into this toxicity. You know, I don't need to feed the beast. I don't need to stick my hand into the, you know, the windmill. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to get sliced up. So that type of analogy I'm making, that I'm sharing. As long as you're not doing it, you have nothing to be scared about. Be strong. Be brave. Let's continue to live an amazingly long life. It's Eternal Authenticity, broadcasting live. Peace.